Hi, this is Mahesh Ravi and welcome to Vistoon's starter series, FIGMA. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to get started with FIGMA. FIGMA is a UX prototyping tool. This is free to use and you can get started by going to figma.com. So once you're here, you can click on Get Started and you can enter your login ID to get into Figma's interface. This is your dashboard. When you log into Figma, you can see your user ID, you can see your recent files, drafts, and get access to the Figma community. You will also see your team right here, and you can get access to your work files down here in the dashboard. You can also explore a lot of FigJam templates. You can also start a design file from right here. You can start a FigJam file from right here, and you can import file from any other design tools that you have in your system. A new design file will let you create a design and prototype it. A FigJam file will let you have a whiteboard space where you can plan, mind map, and wireframe the design. An import file will streamline your process where you can design interface elements in another app and you can bring it to Figma. Let's get started with a new design file. So I'm going to click here. You can see the main toolbar right here. You can see the layers window. You can see your workspace and the inspector window right here. So to get started, we can choose a frame from right here. So when you click on the frame, it will ask you what template you want to work with. So if you can choose any devices from here. You can also choose a lot of other medium formats from this section. So we will choose iPhone 13 Pro Max. And we have the work file right here. Navigating in Figma is very easy. You can use Control or Command minus or plus to zoom in or zoom out from your interface. You can hold your space key and then move around your workspace as well. The moment you create this, the layer palette will show you the artboards that you have in your workspace. You can double click and you can rename this to any name that you want. Once you have your artboard, you can start building your content. You can use the shapes drop down menu to create any shape that you want. So you can start with a rectangle right here. Click and drag on the canvas here. So you can now see in the layers that we have added a rectangle right here. So when you select on the rectangle, the inspector window or the design window will basically show you the options that you can do to that rectangle. So you can come here, you can see the position, you can see the width and the height of the box. You can also adjust the corners of this rectangle right here. You can also set constraint, which will lock the box in a certain way that you want. You can also say that lock the position while you are scrolling the page down. You have a set of blending modes right here and you have your fill options. Let's change the fill color to something else. So you will get this swatch. You can choose any color that you want from here. You have your opacity setting. You can enter a value and it will reduce the opacity here. You can turn off the layer, the visibility of the layer, or you can remove the fill layer from here. So we will add one more fill, change the color to blue, and we have that here. We can also add a stroke by clicking on this and it will add a stroke. You can change the thickness of stroke by clicking on the option and dragging it left and right. You can remove the stroke from here. So we have created a box. We can try and create one more element here. So I'm going to click on the text and write a text right here. We can see the text layer appeared in this. So once you select the text layer, the options of the text will appear on your right side panel. You can change the typeface. You can increase the font size. And you can also change the colors of this typeface by coming down to the fill and choosing a color that you want. You can select multiple elements by dragging on top of it, or you can drag it, shift and select the layers from the layers window. And you can align them by using the alignment tools that you can find right here. You can left align, you can center align, you can right align, and you can position them wherever you want. let's take a look at the prototyping part of it. Take this artboard, press Ctrl D to duplicate this. I'm going to rename this to home screen 2. We'll change this a little bit. So I'm going to take this box, extend it. I'll take an ellipse, draw an ellipse right here, and we will try and add an image into this box. So I'm going to find an image from Unsplash. You can drag and drop the image into the workspace. I'm going to place the image on top of the circle. We can select both of it and we can use it as a mask. So the image is now visible through the ellipse right here. Now what we will try and do, just to illustrate the example of prototyping, I'm going to create a button right here. So let's take a rectangle tool. So you have several options when you go into a rectangle. You can see that there are these corner pinpoints where you can click and drag to increase the corner radius. So I'm going to make it a rounded rectangle like this. I want the button to be like that. And we will add a text on the button. So I'm going to type, click, select the text, scale the typeface down to 20, and we'll keep it inside the button. So we have a button right now. So what we want to prototype here is that when somebody clicks on this button, it should go to this page. So let me show you how to do that. So we have to switch. We are in the design interface right now. We are switching to prototype right here. And we are going to click on the button and take this wand, take the band, drag it and connect it to where it should connect. So we connected this button to this page. So somebody, when they tap on it, it's going to navigate to the home screen 2 screen. So this is working good. And the animation that will happen right now is instant. We're going to change it to smart animate. We have this right now. Once they are in this page, let's figure out a way where they can go back to the screen. So we are going to take this, the good morning text here. If somebody clicks on it, it is going to go back to the screen. So the connections are all done. Let's go to the flow one and let's preview how our prototype looks like. Let's click on the play button. It's going to load our prototype. We have the prototype on. So if you click on the button, it's going to go to this page, and if you click on good morning, it will go back to your previous page. Once you have done your design, there are options where you can share your design. If you go to click share right here, you can get the URL of this prototype. You can get an embed code that you can embed into a Behance portfolio or into your website. You can also invite people to work as editors in your design. You have an option. The third tab in here says inspect. So if you go to inspect, you can actually get access to the codes which are generated for these prototypes. We also have a pen tool in FIGMA that you can use to create vector shapes. Another very important thing that you should be aware of are the plugins that you have in FIGMA. You can go to the file menu, you can click on plugins, and you can download plugins as you require. So we are coming to a conclusion of the starter series of FIGMA. Hope this will give you a good starting point. Thank you.